Hey, and welcome to part 6, and part 6 is the lightning for the lightning claws. And Ringa is helping me again, of course. Today's stream will be about 1 hour, I think, because I have to go somewhere else later on. So, okay, let's start straight up with the lightning claws. So, I want this effect to be bluish, and in this case, I'm not exactly sure what colors I want to use. I think I'll be going for Illumin Blue. Oh, sorry, Pedo. Fenrisian Gray. And... maybe something like Lothern Blue. Okay. So those effects will be on the upper sides of the claws and on the blades or the side of blade on both sides. First up, I'll be painting the edges of those. So it's done so far, and I can start with the actual effect. The actual effect. The actual effect. I'll be using the actual effect. Noob me. Okay, and the first colors I'll be painting is Leadbelcher, of course, and Ironbreaker. Using a special brush for my colors again. Giving a good tip and starting to edge highlight the silver. And in terms of the blade, I'll just apply some color on the bottom of it. The edge highlight I'm applying here with the Leadbelcher is sort of a rough highlight. You won't see it at first sight or at the first glance, but later on it will give us a nice and smooth transition. Whatever. YouTube is asking me if I like my own video. And again. A little more of the silver along the blade. Okay. So, first coat of silver is done. Now I'm coming to the Ironbreaker. Give it a really good shake. And with good, I mean shake it for about a minute. Hey, Dolph. Hey, Dolph, yeah, it's me. I mean, hey, Woodberry. Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, I don't have to work, so I have to do something else, like streaming. It smells silver, doesn't it? Okay, so Lead Belcher now. So this is one of my metal brushes, or metal color brushes, but the one with the best tip. That's why I'm using it for this mini or this edge highlight here. Okay, and now start the edge highlight from the tip to the bottom. Same goes for the other side. And the reason why I'm painting from tip to bottom is most color will leave the brush when I paint the tip, and it'll become less and less the more I come, or the closer I come to the bottom. So that's one idea, to get some sort of transition in there, especially with metal colors. Okay, so that's what the top looks like at the moment. Now the blade. And I'm just mixing some silver with black to go for a better transition here. It's okay like that. Okay, so let's paint the actual effect. Almost. There are still some coils I didn't highlight by now. Like there. And I'm highlighting them because they will get some blue color on them. And with a small highlight of Iron Breaker, the blue will look brighter on the top and a little less bright on the bottom. Okay. I'm using Guilliman blue here. That's one of the old glaze colors. If you don't have any of those, just take a darker blue tone, like, I don't know, McCrack blue. Yeah, kind of McCrack blue, or even go for Kentor blue. I think that's still not dark enough, but should be working. Mix it with a lot of Lamia medium or water, so it gets yeah, it loses a lot of its pigments, and that means you can draw lines with it and making them look more dense by applying more coats. Sorry. Okay, I'm using my small brush here again, so won't be needing those, especially this one, broken almost. And I'm applying it straight from the pot because this color is already really good. And in case you're wondering why my colors are that loud when I'm shaking them, I'm using mixing balls. Okay, now I'm just painting small lines. Ich hatte vorhin Pause. Hab Sport gemacht, war einen Kaffee trinken. Hab noch erfahren, dass sie ab Montag Lockdown haben. I'm just painting small lines of blue now. That remind me of lightning. Make sure those lines are connected. Just like that. I don't know if you can see it. It's... I think actually I'll take the color from my wet palette. That's not because it needs any kind of water, but I can produce a better tip on the palette by drilling my brush. Ja, ist halt wie immer in der Schweiz mit den Lockdowns. Ist halt so, ja, es ist viel schlimmer als vorher. Aber eigentlich ändert sich nichts. Hoho. And the same goes for the top of the blade. Aber 20 Minuten hat ja auch gleich geschrieben, dass jetzt der Lockdown-Hammer kommt und die Schweiz durch die Bundesregierung in den Ruin getrieben wird. I hope you can see the lightning lines I'm painting here. Schwierig. Ich glaube, sie wollen eben nur, dass Läden aufhaben, die halt Nahrungsmittel verkaufen. Also so täglicher Bedarf. Also zumindest mal halt die Verkaufsstellen. So Bürozeug und sowas läuft ja normal weiter. Hello, Anton. Fine, thank you. I'm now painting the lightning on the lightning claws. The stream will end at 7 p.m. European time because I have a appointment today. But I think I can finish the paint job actually today. Okay, so focus, camera, focus. That focus. Yes, okay, so there are small lines by now. See, Steph? Those are pretty dark at the moment. They will get much brighter when I'm mixing in the Lothern blue. Paint somewhere there. Hold the camera. Okay, so a little shaky again, and the other side. Cat hair in my wet palette. Awesome. So I'm painting a pattern with the Guilliman blue, and I repeat painting this pattern over and over again, starting at the base or at the bottom of the blade where it comes off the gauntlet, and I don't paint it all the way through, so I don't try to reach the tip, and with every coat I'm painting I try to get a little less far, so the blue in the back should be darker than the blue in the front, if you know what I mean by that. Kind of like that. And I'm repeating this process all the way through all the claws. The Carol of Bells in metal. Okay, so that's it for the Guilliman Blue. I'll now start mixing it with Lothern Blue. That gives it way more pigments, and therefore the color will be more visible. I'd love to experiment if I can do this with a zero brush, but actually I shouldn't. It's fucking autofocus. Ooh, another Blood Angels chapter. I guess I really would paint the Lamenters, because I kind of like them. I have to remix this color because I used the almost dry variant of the Guilliman Blue. Here we go. And normally I'm sort of against the meta guy, so no one plays Lamenters. That is what I should do. I played Flesh Tearers when they were shit. And yeah, well, now they're better. More people are playing them, but I will not leave my chapter. Yeah, even though they didn't defend Baal, I mean, I probably would have to write some story that they were not able to get through because of some sort of Tyrannid invasion or whatever. But yeah, the not defending Baal thing is a problem, that's true. I mean, I even wrote some background stuff for the Flesh Tearers and for the characters I have. They played through, I think, 6 or 7 campaigns by now. And Captain Morrigan, if you know him, even evolved from a scout that survived the attack of some Deathshroud Terminators in the game, I think 3 or 4 years back. Also, I had a Smash Captain in the beginning. He was called Captain Comarin, who died in one of the campaigns, and by now he's my Leviathan Dreadnought. I even sort of invented a inner circle for the Flesh Tearers and of people who trust Seth and who want to support him. And Morrigan is one of them. Would be awesome if someone in the Warhammer 40k books of the Flesh Tearers, one of my characters would make an appearance. That would really be awesome. I mean, Guy Haley saw my Morrigan. He also liked my Morrigan back then. Who knows? Morrigan actually was a scout in the beginning, who survived, who was the lone survivor of a Death Shroud attack, and who killed even 2 Death Shroud Terminators by rolling really lucky in that game, and that's how he got promoted to sergeant, or to a tactical marine, and to sergeant later on. And as a sergeant, he fought in, I think, 4 games and killed a character of the Eldar. What made him become a lieutenant? He smashed an Eldar Autarch with his power fist. It was awesome. So he became a lieutenant. As a lieutenant, he was helping my Sycaran battle tank in a tournament, and he killed a Tau commander in a Cold Star suit with a crack grenade. And later on, with his bare hands, more or less, he was equipped with 2 chainswords, and that made him become captain. In the same tournament, Comarin died, by the way, and got entombed in a dreadnought armor. So yeah, that's the progress of my Flesh Tearers. And from there on, Morrigan was becoming more and more epic. I think by now he killed about 8 knights. He slew a Shadowblade tank, just split it in half in 1 turn. He killed 7 or 8 Chaos Demons, or Demon Princes. Yeah, he earned his name Titanbane, I guess. Oh, he even killed a Atropos killer Forge World Knight thing. The big one without arms, only consisting of magma guns, whatever. Yeah, he is pretty metal. And in the end, so that means with the last Frühlingsoffensive, that's one of our special events here that some friends and I organize every year in Germany. Like a gaming convention for 40k, where I write the story, and we play in a sort of narrative tournament for 4 days. Morrigan finally died, or got wounded pretty damn badly by trying to escape from a planet that was flooded by orcs. And when he woke up after he saved his company, he was bigger, and he was a Primaris. He didn't like it, but that's how it is now. And so he is the first Primaris in the inner circle of Gabriel Seth, at least in my story. By the way, he got stumped by a Gorkanaut. That made him almost die, and the final blow before the tournament was over was getting shot by getting killed by a Demon of Nurgle, or Demon Prince of Nurgle, and that was when I started writing his Rubicon Primaris thing. And of course, I built the model for Morrigan. The Primaris with a jump pack and the big chainsword or eviscerator. Okay, now I'm repainting all those lines I did with the mix of Lothern Blue and Guilliman Blue as neat as I can. And after that, I'll be painting a pure coat of Lothern Blue right on top to make the lines pop a little more. And after that, I'll be starting to give those lines more definition with Penrisian Gray. And in the end, I'll even apply some white dots with, I think, Skull White to make it look a little more sparkly. A pure Lothern Blue it is. I need a little more water. Just like that. I'll show you a picture when this pure Lothern Blue step is done. Hey Torpedo, thanks again. I'm painting the lightning on my lightning claws. I started with Guilliman Blue, what is a glaze color of a long forgotten time. Then I applied Guilliman Blue mixed with Lothern Blue, and now I'm applying Lothern Blue in a pure form onto the claws. What makes it already pretty electric, I guess, or I reckon. I like what it's looking like already. And after that, I'll start applying something like a dot etching, if you want to, with Fenrisian Gray, and a final dot highlight with Skull White or White Scar, sorry. So what's going on in far Taiwan? I am applying this layer now with the 10-0 brush, and I am more than happy that I did not try to apply it with the size 0, really. It would have turned out horrible. Okay, more water. And in this case, if you want to draw small lines, make sure you re-moisten the color every now and then. Dry color doesn't paint well. Same goes for your brush's tip. Just re-moisten it. Don't get lazy. Don't be like me. Okay, so I hope you can see this almost. Yeah, kind of like the effect at the moment. Same goes for the other side by now. Yeah, here in Switzerland, the COVID thing is getting on another level now too. From Monday on, we'll have more rules, which I think is needed in Switzerland. We have so slurpy rules here. Everyone is kind of doing whatever he wants. Some shops are closed, not all. People are not wearing their mask rightly, or correctly, sorry, not rightly, that's totally wrong. So in Germany, they decided, or at least in Bavaria, they decided to make FFP2 masks obligatory in buses and trains. Not the worst idea, in my opinion. So your hand is in a good mood, I guess. Oh boy, that was not good. That was just way too much color. I mean, I'm working in the health sector, and even there are people who still don't believe in the whole corona stuff. I have no idea why. Yeah, how about America? Didn't hear anything about that in quite a while. Germany is safe-ish. I mean, the problem here is the German government worked too good in the beginning of this all. And by now there are people thinking it's a coup and that Corona doesn't exist because there was almost nothing in the first wave. So yeah, Germany is good. Yeah, same here. Some people think it's made up by the government to crash our society or the economy. I mean, sure. First thing you should do when waking up as a politician is, oh, today I feel like I should drive my economy onto the next wall with top speed. Good idea. Nice. So give me a second. I have to listen to a message. And I'm back. All those messages. Okay, wait. Sorry. I'm now mixing the Lothern blue with white, adding a shot of water, and of course, again, contrast medium because I can. Give it better flow, better flow. I mean. And now I'm starting those small edge sharpening operations, if you know what I mean there. And this lighter color or brighter color I only apply on positions where those small lines cross. So it looks like on those cross sections would be more energy, if that is correct. Yeah, I mean the spring break thing. Well, ton of people meeting somewhere on the beach, sneezing in each other's faces. Not the best way to prevent a pandemic. Feeling like I'm painting a Night Lord claw here. Ave Noxeterna. Actually, I feel like I should paint the Night Lord somewhere. Those tiny flashes are fun to paint. Ave Dominus Nox, sorry. To the claws. Well, some people think those claws are made of energy, but, and yeah, that's why they paint them blue or green or I don't know. But in the fluff or in the lore, those claws get energized. They are not made of energy. Also, energy blades are normally blades with a monomolecular blade or edge that get energized, so they can cut through everything. And I guess some people just think, okay, let's do blue then to show how mighty it is. And green energy, orcs. True. Some walk energy. Okay, now I am hitting a point where I have to rub my eye to see clear. I'm getting really good in holding my breath while painting those way too thin lines. Yeah, I'm not a painting master, I'm a lazy ass bitch. But I'm using lazy ass bitch techniques to get a proper quality on my minis, I guess. I mean, almost everything I do, I learned from Duncan Rhodes in his Warhammer tutorials. And I just use more water than he said, or a smaller brush. I shouldn't be too scared painting models. There are, if you want to test any kind of color scheme, when you go to a Games Workshop, when they are open again, just ask for a tester because you want to test a color scheme. Normally they should give you a Primaris and let you paint it for free, because that's how they get people into the hobby, and that's why they have those testers. So don't be scared, just do it. It's just minis. They won't kill you if you paint them bad, and even if you do, everybody has to start somewhere. And trust me, my first minis were, well, horrible is too kind of a word for that. Just go for it. Try stuff. I don't know. A smaller brush is not the key for the whole thing. The key for the whole thing is use the brush size you need. You can't paint small lines with a big brush, or with a brush that is not capable of painting small lines. You need the right stuff to paint. You need at least a little patience, I guess. That was what I did not have for quite a long time. And, well, the rest is just practice. Trial and error, I guess. That's how you become a good painter. If you want to see one of my first models, I can post a link into the chat. I come here. Yeah, just give me a second, I'll post the link. Where are you? There you are. Copy. Copy. Thank you. Oh, what? No. That's not what I wanted. Share. Copy. Why is this happening? No. Copy link, okay. Stupid me. Here we go. That's one of my first minis, a Lizardman from 2001. Definitely not a beauty, but yeah, it's a start. Okay, and now the dots of white. Mix it there. Give it some more contrast. That looks good so far. I love the song, by the way. It's called Spiraling Embers or something like that. And no, it's not a pawn link. No need for that. Just a link to one of my Insta posts. Yeah, I need tons of water here. I mean, white is a color that is drying up pretty fast. So I have to re-water it on a constant level. I started this hobby with Warhammer Fantasy back then. Warhammer Fantasy died in, I think, 2015 when they made the old world explode. But yes, I played Fantasy, yes. And I still have all the minis. And I even started buying some Age of Sigmar minis. Actually, I have some Mega Gargants standing there on my desk. And with some, I mean, too. Almost done. And when those are done, I can finally seal the mini. Yeah, my brother used to play Bretonnia. Back then I started with the Lizardman versus Bretonnia box set. It was great. Still have the paper tower somewhere. And yeah, that's where Games Workshop kinda got me. And I never came back to a normal life. The song that played just a second before was the song I used for my Sanguinary God guy. Okay, so the lightning is done. Take a look at this. I think I have to get in the autofocus again. Kinda like that. Come here. Stupid cursor. Focus. So the lightning is done, and therefore I'll call that mini done. And with that, I'll go off and seal the mini. Make a small video and some pics and load it up to Instagram and YouTube, I think. Yeah, so that's it for today, I guess. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for keeping me talking. It was fun with you. The next streams will be, I think, about the Terminators with shield and hammers. Those ones. I mean, I painted the face on him already. Or, more likely, the Apothecary I am working on. Yeah, sure. You can ask me almost everything, I guess. Yes, that's kind of correct. For the Seth model, I reworked him. I have here the original Seth. That's him. Without arms, and he's pretty small. And I used one of the Space Marine Heroes models. Yes, Sia Woodbury. And yeah, gave him a new size, some sort of a new pose. I mean, the original model is running with a blade, and I thought, hey, that looks like Seth. Just let's make it a new. And I used his original backpack, sorry. And he got a new blade because Blood Reaver is actually as big as a normal Primaris chainsaw. So yeah, that's what I did with Seth, because this model is just too small. I mean, look at this. I made this chapter serve here. It's a normal Imperial guy from Warhammer Fantasy, and Seth is as big as him. And in the stories, Seth is as big as a Primaris, so that's just not correct somehow. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, it's not a Primaris body. It's smaller than a Primaris body. It's just a Space Marine Hero body. They are a little bigger than the normal ones. This is Primaris, and this is the Space Marines Hero. Give me a second. I think I have a running Primaris for a real comparison here. So he's still smaller than a Primaris. So he's standing on a stone, you see. He's smaller than a Primaris, but bigger than a normal Marine. And that's how I made all my flesh tearers. Just the Space Marine Heroes bodies, because they are a little bigger. And that's how I imagine my flesh tearers to be. Bigger than normal Marines and smaller than Primaris. So yeah, like I said, thanks for tuning in, and see you on the next stream. Bye.